Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Here's my official Georgia versus Clemson football game prediction. As we all know, Clemson's always had one of the best defenses in the country every year, except probably 2022. Outside of that, that defense has been elite every year. And I don't expect it to be any different this year, despite losing some key players. Because one thing Dabo Swinney does well, despite not using the transfer portal like he probably could or should, he always gets the best of the best when it comes to defensive players out of high school. He develops them really well. Sometimes he plays them early. They develop. They're well coached, and they end up going to the NFL making millions. You know why? Because they play so good in college and they're so well coached and well developed by Dabo Swinney himself and his coaching staff, of course. Their offense, one of the better running teams in the country this past year. They were a really good running team. Will Shipley and Phil Maffa. Am I saying his name right? Maffa's like the bowling ball of their offense. Shipley's gone. And I know people are saying, well, what else are they going to have at running back besides Mappa? Clemson's always got running backs. So I'm not really worried about them not having anybody else besides Mappa. And Clemson's does have their quarterback, Cade Klubnik, coming back. Now, I know he has a lot of potential. He can be very explosive with his arm. He's a dual threat. He can run also. But the main thing that concerns me about their offense is his ability to protect the football. He's so turnover prone, man. Even more than DJ was over there, you know. Every game he had a turnover. Just about every game. Okay, I'm not even exaggerating either. And that's why they lost to teams like NC State and Miami and Duke and even Florida State, because they just couldn't take care of the football. They had a top 10 talented team to start the year this past year. They'll probably be somewhere between the top 20, even top 15. And I believe they have the team, talent-wise, to beat Georgia. Because, check this, Georgia really did not play a good defense this past year outside of maybe Auburn, and then they played Alabama in the SEC championship game. Their offense got exposed. They got pushed around a lot up front. They had a hard time protecting Carson Beck. And let's be real, Alabama had a pretty good defense this past year, but it was not a Florida State at full capacity defense. It was not a Michigan defense. It wasn't any of those. So that tells me that alone will give Clemson a chance to win this game. Problem is, I don't trust Cade Klubnik to take care of that football. I don't trust Clemson's offensive line to hold up against a really good pass rush from Georgia. And although I know Georgia's run defense was not great this past year, it gave up some rushing yards in games like Auburn. Alabama pushed them around a little bit, was able to run the football pretty well, especially with Jalen Milroe. They made Jalen Milroe look like a superstar in that game. I think that will help. But once Georgia is able to get to Cade Klubnik and bully him up front, that will slow down Clemson's running game, rushing attack, and I believe Georgia will be able to pull away with a big win over Clemson. Now, I'm not saying Clemson has no chance. I think they can beat Georgia if they have a quarterback that can take care of the football, and I know they can establish a running game. But, again, if your passing game is you can't hold up and protect Cade Klubnik, and that's another issue Clemson's had, protecting him, so that's not all his fault with the turnovers. But Georgia's got some athletes, man, and I don't think Clemson can beat them. I don't think they can hold up and protect Cade Klubnik. I don't trust Klubnik to not fumble and not throw an interception. And eventually Clemson's defense will get tired. So give me Georgia to pull away 35-17. I said earlier in the year that when they play it would be close. It might be closer than that, and it should be. But because the game is 4 quarters, I see Clemson's offense start to fall apart midway, late third, early fourth quarter. I think Georgia will just pull away and run up the score a little bit and win this game big like that. So, again, Clemson can win this game. I just don't trust Cade Klubnik to not take care of the football. I mean, he's never been able to do it. So give me Georgia big.